which nature has given to that person. So it is a
Shweta,
esoteric science. Yes,
sorry, I have to
yes,
cut you in
Grace.
a bit. I think it's your voice are breaking. So is there anywhere you can use is there a headset or anything, or we can try? Because it's breaking. It's really difficult to hear.
Okay, it's breaking. Okay, I'll try to switch over my network.
Okay.
Is it better now?
Yes, yes, much better. Yes, yes, much better. Okay, go on.
Okay, great. Yes, I had a backup, but okay. Yes. So I was talking about scientific hand analysis. So it is a proven process of knowing a human type. Now let's understand how it is science. Nature has given all uh, to help humanity in the evolution process. Darwin, we all know that Darwin has given a science of physical evolution, that we were apes and then slowly, gradually, the humanity evolved, and now today we are quite evolved human, right? The same way, the Darwin's evolution process is on physical aspect. The same way, there are metaphysical aspects also. Like we are not just living at a physical, like we have emotional body, we have mental body, we have etheric, casual and spiritual bodies. So at all these levels we can evolve being a human. An animal cannot evolve, but a human can evolve, right? So what is a science, what is a tool, how a person can evolve at all these levels? A science which studies this evolution process is scientific hand analysis. So if you just take an example of a plant kingdom, any fruit or vegetable you take, it has a specific purpose. Say for example, if you just take an example of a walnut, walnut is exactly in the shape of a human brain. Yeah, it denotes that nature is giving us a simple symptom, or a simple gesture of knowing that walnut is useful for human brain development. So we started now today the science is extracted the nutrients and say that walnut is really, but nature has given exactly the same shape, so that we can come to know that okay, it is helpful for this organ. So even a smallest fruit or a vegetable has a purpose. A walnut has come for a purpose to help human brain. A banana has a special purpose of giving a calcium. Same way, if you come to animal, has a specific as per the requirement of their life. An elephant has a huge body, so it has a huge potential. It has a length. A horse has a potential of running, because for his life that is required. A fish can swim because a fish has a life in the water. A bird can fly because it has a life in the sky. We don't expect a fish to fly and a bird to swim. Same way, we don't expect a banana to give vitamin C. We accept all these things the way nature has been prepared them or manufactured them or given the potential with a specific. Same way now come to humanity. We are also the part of nature. We are also the creation of this beautiful nature. And how can we be without a purpose? How can we be without a fitness? A human, every single human on this planet Earth has come with a specific life purpose. It has a specific set of energies, a specific set of potential, a specific talent to be lived in this life. And we are not superhuman beings. We are not here to do each and everything that society asks for. Or maybe the confusion of humanity is only one, that every now and then society asks us to become like someone else. Every now and then our near ones or maybe the people from society ask us to become like someone else. We are not able to live our originality, what we are blessed with. And the science which gives you an exact information about what you are born with and what you are born for is this beautiful science of hand analysis.
Okay, that sounds it's quite complicated. That's why you really need to be certified in order to understand and to interpret correct? So moving on to the next one will be, what do you mean by esoteric science? That has something to do with the hand analysis as well?
Okay. So if you go for a dictionary meaning of esoteric word, esoteric means a secret knowledge, a secret science, which is being only for few knowledgeable or few wisdomful people. So here I would love to say that whenever we say that it is an esoteric science, means it is a secret science for those who really want to evolve in their life. This science is not for any layman, because it needs a lot of study, it needs a lot of courage to study, it needs a lot of persuasion and perseverance to study these deeper subjects, because it is about human evolution. So it is not publicly available like other sciences. So esoteric means a very secret science which is used for evolution purpose, when really a person is having a fundamental question of life: who am I and what am I am for? What is the meaning of my life? What is my life purpose? These are not normal questions that we come across in our day-to-day life. Very few people has this kind of burning higher fundamental questions. These are also called existential questions. The esoteric science is the science which gives you answer of such fundamental questions of life. So this is how it is esoteric science.
Okay. All this time, I've always thought, because they were talking about hand analysis, hand analysis, and we know about palmistry and also astrology. Does one have anything to do with another when we're talking about this scientific hand analysis?
Okay. So very beautiful question, Grace. And most of the people have these misconceptions. Whenever we say something about, human hands, immediately the perception comes of palmistry. So here I would love to say, and I am proud to say, that scientific hand analysis is not palmistry and not astrology. Though it is connected with the human hand, but still it is not palmistry and it is not astrology. So how it is not palmistry and astrology? Palmistry and astrology is all about predictions. It reveals your past and it predicts your future. Okay. Scientific hand analysis is not about revealing the past and predicting the future. So it is totally non-connected. It is totally non-predictive science. I cannot, whenever I prepare an analysis through hand analysis about a person, I very clearly say that I am not going to talk anything about your past. And I am not also interested to know about your past, because it is already over. There is no point of knowing somebody's past. If past could have helped you, it could have helped you because it is in your mind already. Right? So there is no point of knowing the past and future. So it is totally a separate science, which is totally a non-predictive one.
That's very interesting. So would you say that the hand analysis will change over time? Let's say if I were to do it today and you were to analyze my hand, and then let's say another 5 years time, would it change because certain things that I have been doing for the past, let's say 5 years, or it's pretty much, it's a trait which, you'll find it when we're in 20s or 30s or 40s, or even when we're 70s. What do you say about that?
Correct. Again, a very beautiful question, and it is a technical question also. So I would love that how, you have gone into the deeper aspects of this topic. Grace, there are two separate information on the hands. Okay. There are two different kinds of information on each hand of a human being. One that never changes and one that keeps on changing. Okay. I'll give you an example of a building which is getting constructed. Say, for example, if you go to a construction site, okay, one time you see the first level of construction, first floor constructed. After 10 days, if you go, you will see third, fourth, fifth floor also constructed. But if I ask you, with that fifth floor of construction, the fundamental of the building has changed? No. So whenever a person takes birth on this on this planet Earth, there is one set of understanding which is inborn, which never changes. So hands reveal two information. One that is a fundamental information which never changes, which gives you answer of a very, very important question, which is, what is your life purpose? Okay. What is your inborn strength? What you are born for and born with never changes, but how you use it. how much you are using in your practical life, that codes keep on changing. So second information on the hands is about how much you are using the fundamentals, that keeps on changing. Say for example, if somebody gets to know about your real life purpose today, after maybe down the line 1 month 2 month, if after the practical implementation that person is really working hard on his original life purpose, then certain codes on the hand changes. I do not have to ask that person whether you are really implementing this science or not. If I see their hands again after 3 months, I could myself independently judge, you able to see whether that person is practically implementing the fundamentals or not. Like an architect can say that, oh, I have not given this particular balcony into the foundation, so you cannot construct this. Same way, I can see through the hands that what you are born with and how you have to use it. So definitely there are two things. One, information that never changes, that is called a fundamental information about a life. And another is how you are using the fundamental information about life that keeps on changing.
Well, that's very, very interesting. So recently I've had the privilege to do the, of course we've done the DISC, but then recently we've done the Gallup assessment, which was one of our members as a coach as well. So how do you see that with a hand analysis? Do you think that with the combination of them would maximize a person's capability and understanding of oneself? Or it's a completely separately different ways, and what will the results comes out? Will they be compatible with one another? I find that some of the DISC result and with my Clifton strength, some of them are pretty much the same. It's just that they look at different angles, they look at different traits. So how would you say with the hand analysis?
Okay, again a beautiful question. So human life is into different grades or maybe into different levels. Okay, we as a human being are not just living at mental level or maybe psychological level. So any psychological test like DISC profiling, Gallup profiling, other psychometric test, whatever you say, they are question and answer based. Okay, now when a test is question and answer based, your answers to the questions which are there in that psychological tests depends upon your current state of mind. What you are aware about yourself, from that only you are going to answer. You cannot answer something which you are not aware about yourself. So if your personality changes, if your set of data changes, if you have a different experiences in your life, your set of answers would change if you give the same test after 5 months. So your answer keeps on changing. So it definitely gives you an answer, but that answer is applicable, or that result is applicable for your current life. It cannot derive you the basic fundamental information about the humankind. So personality keeps on changing, our psychology keeps on changing, but our fundamental structure cannot change. So any psychological test which are question and answer based can give you a result, can resonate to your type till 40 to 50%. But then there would be some other things also which would pop up as a question. Say in DISC profile, if I have this particular type, then how come this in my life is also happening? If you introspect yourself well, all the result of that DISC profiling or Gallup profiling or any psychological assessment will not fit you 100%. The reason is your life is not just you are living at psychological level. You also have other levels. The life that comes to you and me is not based on our psychology only. Our psychology or our human brain intelligences are the tool to respond to the events of life. But if I say, why are you having this event in your life? We don't have that answer of why. So psychological test gives, comes to an analysis by your answers, wherein in scientific hand analysis, I don't ask a single question to my client. I do not require it, because where I have to work, or where a scientific hand analyst has to work, is on the fundamental aspects of human life. It is not dependent on the psychology or in the current state of mind, because current state of mind can change. A person may have some, you take an example of a COVID. There are many people who has changed their mindset after COVID. If you give a disc profiling before COVID and after COVID, definitely many of the answers would have changed. So it keeps on changing. So I am a double masterate in psychology. So I had this question to my professor. I mean, if I have to depend on somebody's answer, how authentic the analysis is? Because my answers every time changed when I gave disc profiling and Gallup profiling and any other whatever psychological tests we were doing as a student. My answers keeps on changing as per my current thought. So that was my fundamental question, that is there any science which is authentic to know about someone without asking anything to that person? So that answer is hand analysis. So that's how it is different.
That's really, really something that it's an eye-opener. It's completely different. So would you say that everyone in this world will have a different interpretation of their hands? I think the other day when we talked, you were not only looking at the palm, you were looking at the back, the front, and let us know more. How do you observe that? Okay. Is it the front, the back, and the whole arm or something?
No. So when I say hand analysis, it is from the tip of the finger till here, the end of the whole hand.
Till the wrist, yes?
Yes, till the end of the wrist. Okay. Front and back. Okay. The front hand has also the codes, and the back side of the codes are even more difficult to understand. Yeah. There are certain things which are at the back side of the hand, which we come to know from the hand analysis. So total, there are 100 codes to be studied on single one hand. So left side 100 codes with right side 100 codes. Permutation of these 200 codes gives me an independent analysis about a person. So it covers not only, the lines, general, I would also love to say that hand analysis is not about reading the lines. If you ask any person in the world, no, they can say that this is heart line and this is headline and this is lifeline. And, many of them knows this. Even it is highly available on internet also. But hand analysis is not about reading the lines. It is about reading a very, very deeper scientific hidden codes, which are not the lines. Okay. And then there is also a science of fingerprint, which is again a computer-based report, which studies only this much part of the hand. Okay, only the first tip. So again, eye opener that prints are not only here, prints are all across the palm and also on the feet. And the people who are from East, they know that the feet of the saints and the feet of the evolved person are highly auspicious. When a newly bride comes in the Indian society, the first time the house, they used to have that feet impressions. Whenever a child takes birth, we usually take the feet impression. Why we have given so much importance to the bottomest part of the body? It is the last part of the human body, the lowest one, the bottom part of the body, right? Why so much importance has been given to the feet? Why we say that feet are auspicious? Whenever we want to have some blessings, we bow down to somebody's feet. Why that part is given so much importance? Because that part of is having the highest information about a person. So the hand and the feet. So hand analysis and the feet analysis are both a part of this science. But feet analysis, the information that we derive from the feet analysis are very, very spiritual information, which we generally don't give it, in general to the people who are having a normal materialistic life. So we use hand analysis to reveal their life purposes and their inborn strengths. So once the person digests the information on the hand practically, then they are becoming capable of understanding the information which are there on the feet. So it is the science of feet and hands both. But right now, practically, professionally, I'm working on hand analysis. But this is an additional information that I would love to say, that science is that deeper. Okay. So hands has 100 codes. One hand, front and back. Second hand, front and back. And together permutation of these two hands gives me an accurate information about the person, wherein I write almost 15 pages about that person. And then I can, with utmost confidence, I say that you ask me any question of your life, and I would be able to give you a logical answer which you can connect with your life with a practical implementations, so that you can really upgrade and transform for what you are born. So this is the whole.
That's super. So we have a question. Okay, so please, friends in the audience at the moment, we are encouraging you to actually ask some questions. This is a really, really good time. I know I have a lot of questions myself ready for Shweta, but of course we would like others to participate and ask what is it that is intriguing for you, because I have not spoken to anyone like Shweta. So this is the really, really great opportunity if you have any questions. So we have one in the chat box. Is it from Pak Marcel? So is this the same with fingerprint analysis? No, it's not, but go ahead and probably elaborate a little bit more.
No, so fingerprint analysis is quite common. It started in Japan, Malaysia, Thailand, all these countries. Fingerprint analysis is a much renowned, technique. It is highly different than this, because fingerprint, as I said, print is not only on the tip of the finger. Now, the fingerprint analysis, I think the Marshall is talking about, is the only this part of the whole hand, which is being, the computer-based report, and understand that every person is unique. When we say every person is unique, the permutation combination of these 10 fingers is also unique. Not even identical twins have the same set of fingerprints. The 10 fingerprints of one person cannot be similar to any other on this planet Earth. So the permutation combination is what makes a unique combination in that person. It cannot be fed in computer. So fingerprint analysis is generally a computer-based report. And I personally believe, after studying scientific hand analysis, it is 100% clear that a computer cannot generate an assessment for a human being. So fingerprint analysis can resonate to you till 30 to 40%, definitely, but not more than that. So it helps when a person is totally, ignorant about their type, when they are literally, confused about themselves. Even a fingerprint analysis gives you 30 to 40% of analysis, but it is not holistic. It is partial. Okay. And sometimes my clients itself says that they come with that fingerprint analysis report, computer generated report, which is around 30-35 pages of report. And they say that few things are matching, but then few things are so contradictory to our type that we are confused because of this report. Okay. Because half knowledge is always dangerous. It is the whole science which you need to study if you really want to know your real self. So yeah, I think I hope I have justified the answer.
Yeah, I think that's wise when it comes to, you're not against it, but it only comprises about 30 to 35% of the whole of you as a person. So this is getting very interesting, Shweta. Dolaki Yadrasti. So she said, she's asking, can you define compatibility of partners through hand analysis?
Yes, we can. Very accurately. And also I would love to say that, there are different definitions of compatibility. Compatibility at what level? At physical level, at emotional level, at mental level, or at spiritual level? We generally say that, it is a journey, marriage is a journey from life mate to soul mate. We generally say like this, but then are we living that? Do we really know what we need to become from life mate to soul mate? What is the journey to soulmate actually? So scientific hand analysis can give you compatibility at emotional, mental, and soul level. That how you are contradictory to each other. Any couple you take randomly in the world, high chances that they will say that we are 360-degree opposite to each other.
Yes.
Couplehood is of contradictory, only opposite attracts. So marriage is a relationship where two contradictory people are together, and that is the magic. And the hand analysis is a science which reveals how this contradictoriness can become complementary. What you have, if the same is in your husband, how you can complement each other in the life? You should not have the same things to have the couplehood successful. If you want a likeliness, if you want the like-mindedness, you can. A couple has to be contradictory so that they can complement at the deepest level of life. And hand analysis shows you the compatibility at emotional, mental, and spiritual levels.
Oh, so it's up to spiritual levels,
Yes.
Shweta? So it's the whole thing.
It is that is why it is called esoteric science, because it has a depth to give you even the spiritual insights of your life.
Okay, but I just want to be clear. This has nothing to do with religion, correct, Shweta? This is purely scientific we're talking about. Okay, right. So I think that's something that we need to highlight, saying that this hand analysis is purely scientific.
I usually say, when somebody says me whom you should be, I said, if he and she is a human being, you can connect to me.
Okay. All right. So my next question would be, so let's say you know your assessment already from hand analysis, right? So is there things that you can change? I mean, you as a coach, because I think I would like to revert back. Yes, that was good about relationship, about marriage, but we always, you are a coach and a leadership coach in corporates and also in the business world, which we would like to focus more on. So what are the advantages of hand analysis for corporate when it comes to, let's say, can we understand our team better, or can we be a better leader for them? And let's say if we know that assessment from the hand analysis, are there things that we can change, or we just have to adapt and adjust, or would you actually advise on, okay, these are the things that you need to improve on because the team is so and so and etc. So please give us a bit of case study on that, which you have gone through with probably small, medium-sized companies, or your experience. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, a very important and practical question. So whenever we coach someone, it is important for a coach to know the person. Without knowing a coachee, in our coaching world, we used to say the person who takes our service as coachee. We don't say client. It is a more respectful word. We say coachee. So whoever comes as a coachee, first of all, a coach has to understand who the coachee is. So to understand that person, this is the tool that I use. So it is one aspect of coaching, that is assessment. Knowing what is the type of the person, what is the fundamental aspects of that person, what is the fundamental energy that person is born with, that is my assessment. Then the most important second part starts, which is practical implementation of whatever you are. Say, for example, if somebody is having a very high emotional type, how your emotions can be your strength at your practical life, within your relationship, in your work, in your professional life, in your social life, in whatever aspects you want, your emotional energy should be a strength to you and not a problem to you. But generally you will see that the emotional people are generally the people who are the bigger sufferers. They always feel that my emotions are my problem. People used to call them even emotional fools many a times, and they themselves are also in a guilt that my emotions are only my problem. But then hand analysis can exactly reveal that how you have to use your emotion as a strength without changing anything in you, how you can change the perception of others to yourself. So the first advantage is all the self-doubting questions, like people generally in corporates, when I meet leaders and top management, directors and CEOs, though they are sitting on that high profile, they have a self-doubting questions. Why I am like this? Why I behave like this? Why people don't understand me? Why I have this kind of issues? Why I meet such kind of events? Why people are always having this kind of feeling for me? Why I am not able to express myself? These are self-doubting questions. And generally we don't have answers for these questions. And whenever majority of the people gives you comments on this, then it becomes more aggravating. If you are surrounded by 50 people and every day if you are listening 50 people commenting you on that particular point, our psychology starts believing that, oh, something is wrong with me only. Others are not having that problem. So the first important advantage of this analysis and this coaching is that all these self-doubting questions would be answered. That person would not have any self-doubting question after this coaching session. Second important advantage is The others' comment will not feel you inferior, will not make you feel inferior about yourself, because now you are aware why I am so, for what I am so, and how I have to use it. We are not here to change people around here. Generally, we make this mistake. Generally people try to change others. They try to convince. Even with our friends, we used to do this. He is my friend because he understands me. Generally we have this expectation. So even directors, partners at that level, they want other one to understand themselves, and they want approvals from other about themselves. Now here is the big dilemma. It is not going to be possible unless and until you know yourself. There is no possibility that someone else can know you. It is fundamentally not possible, because it is a natural law, and that's why this is called esoteric science. There are some natural laws that work on humanity, and we have to understand it. So I make them empower that you are this, and you are not this. So if somebody gives you comment, you can understand that, okay, they are not like me, so they cannot understand me. It is fine. I do not have to change myself for them. So that empowers themselves. So it generally people are feeling inferior because of others' comment. They are not feeling inferior because of themselves. It is the society which gives you that feeling that, hey, if you are not like him, then you are not good. If you are not doing like him, you are not good. So even partners used to compare other partner. Businessman used to compare himself with the same category of business owner. That if I want to reach at this level, I have to be like him. There is always an ideal in front of everyone. So we every time humans have this delicious dilemma we call in our science, that without knowing self, we are trying to change ourselves for others, and that change actually destroys everything in us. So the second advantage is that any of these comments will not impact you. So in that coaching session, I practically empower them that how they can keep themselves away from the societal comments, and how then they can stay on what they are rather than changing every now and then. So this gives them a power of doing what they are actually born to do. So this is the second advantage, and this only I do in my leadership coaching sessions. First, I let them know they are, and then I empower them how to use it in their practical day-to-day life, starting from the morning till the end. What are the limiting beliefs that you are having because of others' perception that you need to understand? No need to change yourself. So I generally don't ask any of my coachee to change business and job and people around and staff and this and that external factors. How long you can change situations around you? It's not possible.
True.
To change someone else would come who is not like you. So it is not gonna work. It is only possible which the information gives yourself an empowerment that this is how I am, and it is not necessary for me to convince every people who comes in my life to prove that I am like this. I am like this. So this is how it is practically important. And the third and most important aspect is people. The coaches after this session would be highly aware about three things. First, what is my life purpose and how I can align my life purpose with my job or business or profession, whatever they are in. Second, what are my inborn strength and how I can use my inborn strength in my work, business, profession, whatever. Even if the housewife comes to me, they are also having set of problems. So it is not that where you are using it, it is what you are using it, and then how using it. So that is then the third important aspect is, what is the learning of your life? What are here in this body you are here to learn? Why you have taken the birth? Okay, what is the purpose of your life and what you are here to learn? We all are here to learn something, but we learn generally those things which are not at all important for our life. Okay, True. So I empower them that with your current set of work, with your current relationship, with your current status, what all things you can align with what you are born with, and that gives them the ultimate power of performing the same things with double the productivity.
Okay,
so
that's excellent. So not only that you provide this hand analysis, but you also provide coaching after you analyze them, correct? And yes. This is really interesting, where you have your own the mini course that we were talking about. So you have the discount of your mini session, and I've put that on the pinned comment. So if anyone wants to actually check it out, that'd be great. I think I'm actually the first to want to try it out. We've talked in quite a couple of times in the past, and I thought this is something that it's quite fascinating. This is something that I have just learned. But let's say if I were to see another hand analysis, right? A hand analyst. So would they actually say pretty much, probably not exactly 100%, but would they be analyzing pretty much about 95% as your analysis, because it follows the theory or it follows certain structure and system, not more on opinion? Because I was quite worried, but skeptical about, the palmistry and all that. I mean, if it has a lot of opinion from somebody who's doing it, then it's really difficult for you to actually grasp on. That's why I have belief in regards to assessment, no matter, whether it's 70% accuracy, whether it's 80%, I don't really, I know there's not going to be 100%, but because it is based on theory, because it is based on results, right? Or even if it's question and answer. So what I'm asking is, when it comes to hand analysis, would two of the analysis would be different if it was done by two person, the report, and then of course the most important thing is today, how are you different than any other analyst?
Okay. Again, pretty good questions. First, I would answer you because the second question's answer would justify the first one. How am I different from other hand analysts? So hand analysis is it is a science of the East developed by the West. This is not today's new invention or discovery. Okay. Hand analysis is a very, very ancient science which was used by even Alexander the Great in his time. He used to give activities to his kingdom people by reading, by understanding, analyzing their hands. So it is not a science of this era. It is a very ancient science of East, where people used to come. The first person who came in India and studied this science was William Benham. In the 1600th century, he is the father of scientific hand analysis. And William Benham, he came in 1600th century to India. He lived here for a couple of years. He studied everything, and then he went to his original native place in some area of US, and then his whole life he dedicated on this research. He did a lot of research, and then finally he wrote a book which is called the Epic of Our Science. The Bible of our hand analysis is William Benham's book. Okay, so it is not today's science. It is a very ancient and being used by many people. But then how am I different is I have developed coaching with this assessment. A generally scientific hand analyst, if you take a hand analysis session, which is a very renowned profession, so even if you type Google it, hand analyst, you will find a number of people who are using this as a tool to know the person. But then just giving you assessment, say for example, if I say, Grace, this is your write up, this is the assessment I have made for you, you are this, your life purpose is this, your strength is this, and this is what you are here to learn. I give you this assessment. That is one story, that is one part of this. So generally hand analysts, they give you the assessment. They take per hour charges and they give you the assessment. But then with my own practical experience when I was studying, is my question again was how we use this in our current life. Wherever we are, it should make a sense in my life, any assessment, even if you go for disc profiling, Gallup profiling, even if it is resonating 40-50%, are you using that 40-50% practically to help yourself in your current life? Otherwise, there is no point of assessment. It is like, a lecture. Once you listen, you will feel wow. And then again, a mechanical pattern of life takes you into the grip. So what I have done R&D of 14 years on this science is how we practically use this. Once somebody knows that, okay, this is my life purpose, how I can align in my current job, in my current profession, in my current business, with my current people. I do not have to change anything around me. I just have to use this intelligence, this assessment, this analysis to make life more contentful and meaningful. So how am I different? The answer is I give coaching and practical implementation on this assessment. Even if somebody wants, I don't want practical implementation, you just let me know what I am. Okay, fine, you take. But then after few days, you will forget all those things, and you will again come to your mechanical habit, because mechanical habit is of years, and this is a new information about yourself. So you need somebody's hand holding till you get a practical grip of this assessment in your practical life. So this is how a life secret, my vision for establishing this company and doing this science is this. And uh, uh, 99% accuracy is because of 14 years of R&D into it. I started this work not professionally. I was just using it as my passion. I was studying and it was making a sense in my own life. Okay. And then, whoever comes, say some friend comes, some neighbors and some family members, they used to say, hey, Shweta, we are having this problem in my life. Could you help a little bit? So I used to, see something in their hand, whatever I have studied, I was studying at that time. And then whatever I was able to, analyze for them, I used to give one or two suggestions on the basis of hand analysis, and it started working in their life. So people have given me testimonial before I started working professionally. And people around me who really has transformed because of hand analysis, they used to say that, Shweta, why are you not working professionally? This is really making a sense. It is really giving us empowerment. We were not able to do this kind of things through our psychological tests and analysis, but your 2 or 3 suggestions is really making a practical giving a practical results, because I was giving them not the theory, I was giving them the practical implementations by looking to that type. So definitely coaching is what I think, which is giving more which is more important than just an assessment.
Okay, that's super. Yes, that's very clear. So it's not just assessment, but how you actually use that to actually strengthen and how to live in this life and find your purpose. So tell us a little bit more, because I've actually pinned your the mini sessions that you're having. So I think everybody can actually log in. It'll be in English. It'll be via Zoom, Shweta?
Yes, it would be in English. It would be via Zoom, and a high regards to you, Grace. So I have given a special discount. Whoever is gonna take this particular today, they are going to get $30 of discount. Generally, my discovery call is $50, but right now today it is just $20 for you all. And this discovery call, even through 2 minutes of your hand analysis over the Zoom, I would give you 5 suggestions which will be highly practical and life transforming. And then, I always say, my coachee, you don't believe me, I am no one in your life. In BNI Grace, that people refers us. Okay. A person who is referred by someone, why would that person believe in what I am saying to him or her? Obviously, I am no one in his life till yesterday. All of a sudden, I enter his life as a coach. Why would that person believe me? There is no point. So I used to say, you don't believe me. You just work out for 10 to 15 days, and the results will give you conviction, not on me, but on the science. And so there is no need to go into the details, and no need to go into, I also have a credential I generally use, but degree doesn't work like that. There has to be a result in the service. And if there is a result, then there is, once your life gives you the result, there is no point of, anything else. So I say that don't believe me on first day. Believe me, you will start believing me after 15 days, because it will give you result.
Super. This is really exciting. So I have, so we have one, which is our support GC, Satyo Priyono, will be joining your class. And I'm really interested too, because we have seen a few assessments and we would like to know more. I think today, more than ever, we would like to understand ourselves, how to be a better leader. Sometimes it takes, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people are facing the same thing. When they actually sit down and they reflect on themselves, it's like, what am I doing? And there must be a higher purpose. There must be something that I can do more of. I feel that. So I think this actually resonates with me. And thank you so much for all the discount that you're having provided us for all this audience today. Definitely, I'm going to share it with BNI Networks. That is just one of the giver's gain that you have provided today, Shweta. Well, anyway, as we were supposed to do it in 45 minutes, but this is like 55 minutes already. So the last 55 minutes has been just mesmerizing. We can actually sit down and do another hour more. But then again, I think the audience would like to have their own private time as well with you, perhaps, and do a little bit of coaching. So thank you for sharing your insight, Shweta, with all of us this afternoon. And well, this is the end of our IG Live. And for those of you who would like, who has joined in late and missed out a bit of the first part, you'll be able to watch our replay in the IGTV shortly. I will put it up. And it's, usually you can watch it at your own time and you can sort of digest it. And if there's anything that you would like to know more, you can actually DM me or you can DM Shweta. We are following each other on our account. And anyone, who might be interested in the content, whether they are couples or whether it's for corporate, well, you can actually direct them to Shweta and share this content with them. Remember that during this day, it's really about helping each other and finding the right content, right information to share with others, I think it's better to share positive content and education rather than having, a lot of all this negative news. We have enough of that. We need more of the positive feedback and positive news from all of us. So I would like to wish all of you a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And Shweta, thank you so much for being here. I will definitely, after this, I'm going to call you and, we're going to talk and see what plan we can think of for the next few months to come. We'll see how we go. But anyway, I would like to wish you a wonderful weekend as well and the rest of our audience. And of course, spend a great weekend with your loved one and your friends. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I would love to again share my gratitude to you, Grace. It is really wonderful talking to you, sharing with you. And my only vision is, that it is a wonderful, wonderful science gifted by nature. Let's use it more and more. My vision is to spread the science so that it really helps humanity. We all are here to be one among ourselves. So the only thing I would love to say at the end is love the life you live and live the life you love. And you will have the content, whatever you want in your life. So
that is so beautiful. That is just so beautiful. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, I've noticed that there are a lot of testimonials on the chat. There are a lot of people who have been helped by you and they have testimonies. So amazing, amazing. And I'm so glad that we finally met. We haven't met offline, right? Correct. So just to verify, we have met online and we have talked, and I'm glad we're doing this IGTV together, IG Live. So hopefully this will bring a good impact, a positive impact. And I would like to take this one short opportunity because I see a good friend of mine, Coach Priyono Nugroho. So he's having his wedding anniversary tonight with Bu Ina. So congratulations. Okay. Congratulations, Coach Pri. Okay, we have a lot of coaches online actually, and that would be good to actually collaborate in the future. Okay, all right. If we're gonna continue on, it's gonna be another hour, and we're gonna get kicked out from the Instagram. So thank you so much again, Shweta, and thank you so much for everyone who has been here. Great. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody. Okay, bye now.
Bye.